Oh, right, it's on a delay. Okay, just checking. Okay, so audio's fine. Okay.
Everything is fine. Everything is dandy. I hope. I believe so.
Okay, yeah, we're good.
Is any video coming through on my end? Yes.
Yes. Okay,
Awesome.
I refreshed and we're good now.
I panicked so much for just a
Me
few
too.
seconds. But hello, anyone who's watching live or anyone who's watching later. I'm doing a draw with me stream. The rules are simple. You draw with me, or you watch.
Yeah.
Danny's drawing with me.
Yes, I
Hello,
am.
Dan,
So I'm
Dan.
drawing something very different.
Yes, you are drawing very different. I will be doing gestures.
I am working on a poster.
Yes, you are doing something significantly harder than what I will be drawing. In my greatest opinion. There's a Discord that I should probably put the link into.
If you want, I can share it.
No, I got it. I'm just very unprofessional.
Do the all like.
But that's okay. I'm allowed to be. I have a permission slip from YouTube.
Yes. Also, somebody said they love your videos.
Aw, thank you. Hello, I am Liku.
You know what I should have done?
I'm not sure. So anyway, gesture drawing. Danny, what's a gesture?
A gesture is something you do when you draw, or in real life when you're. Yeah.
You're doing great.
Son.
So a gesture drawing is very simple. All a gesture drawing is the basic fundamental components that tell someone it's a human.
Yes.
So it could be a stick figure, but we want something more smooth. We want something more like an ocean.
You want it to have. You want it to have figure and the shadow.
Figure is
Looking for the best
a good
music for
word.
your videos?
Oh,
Figure.
Then you should check out Artlist.
I need to stop. An advert came on. An advert came on the music.
I forgot to play music. I forgot to start my music.
Oh my god, I can't believe that. I hope I don't get strikes.
You'll be fine.
I am so unprofessional, it is unreal. How do
No,
I
it's
share
fine.
a playlist again, Dan?
Huh?
How do I share a playlist?
You go to the playlist and you click on the little arrow.
Where's the little arrow?
It should be like
Found
right
it.
on.
Thank you. Jesus. I can't believe today. Today is very, very strange. There we go. I did it. But yeah.
Hello, people.
So in terms of gesture, this is just an example. I haven't started doing the other gesture drawings.
Okay.
So this person has a very short torso, but you'll get the basic idea. That would be a gesture. Because it shows where the hips are, the legs, and everything else. And you don't have to follow what I do on screen if you want to draw gestures. So what I'm doing is I'm using a site called Line of Action for references. It's a free site, it's full of images, and what I'm going to be doing is for 30 seconds, every 30 seconds I'll be drawing a gesture, which is very hard to do and I normally get frustrated. But that's okay. You gotta get frustrated sometimes. Are we ready? You've already started drawing, haven't you, Danny?
Yeah.
Okay, Danny,
Yes.
tell me when to start and then I will start drawing gestures.
You want me to have a timer up?
No, because I don't know
Okay.
how to display the timer.
No, I mean, I could just tell you when it's finished.
It will tell me.
Oh, alright.
It's for the audience that don't have a sense of it.
Yes. Okay. And 3, 2, 1, draw.
Okay,
My day's been okay. Somebody asked how your day's been.
not okay.
Oh, yeah.
My day has been very weird. Yeah, so one of the things that you have to do with this is exaggerate. Oh, and now I gotta go on to the next one. Damn it.
Oh no!
You forget how long 30 seconds is, but if you can draw these in 30 seconds, you know, you gotta remember how much you draw on the human figure during this time. And you know, being able to draw the human figure as fast as possible is what people should strive for if you're doing stuff like comics or animation. Oh, and I gotta move on again.
Oh no.
This is just what happens. So normally I start either two ways with the gesture of a drawing. Way number one is what I'm doing right now. It is the head. Way number two, the pelvis. So with as minimal lines as possible, you can tell that this is a human figure. And 30 seconds is over. We're gonna see how many of these I can draw before Dani finishes.
Oh, it's gonna be a lot.
Mayhaps.
No, it will, but I don't think you understand how long it took me to draw a head.
And that's
I'm trying
okay.
to be so precise.
I am also trying to be precise, and what you don't want to do with gesture drawing is be precise. You want to be loose, you want to be messy, you want to have fun with it. If you can try and make
loosey-goosey.
Yeah, if you can try and make your gesture drawings fun, then that matters more, because you'll like doing them more and you'll want to do them more. And to be honest, wanting to do them more is a huge thing that I did not account on when I first started doing gesture drawings. And I know these look very bad right now, but later on, when we get more time allotted, these gesture drawings will look a lot better. But you know, it's up to you guys if you want to join in. So this one here is very odd because in line of action right now, they give you very different proportioned characters. And that one there was a baby. And babies are potatoes.
Patats.
Patats. They're very hard to draw, for me personally. Because they are patats. One thing that's also very hard to draw when doing gesture is tension. Which I have not drawn yet. So tension... Yeah, Dani?
No, continue.
Tension basically meaning, how tense is this arm? Is it a relaxed arm? Is it an arm that's holding something? Are you trying to hold back a Kamehameha wave? How tensed should you be right now? And sometimes you can see that I'm trying to think too much, and that's when I run out of time on the gesture. So don't be like me. Concentrate on what you're gesturing to keep your See, there I managed to finish the basic gesture, and I still had 5 seconds left. That is too
Somebody
what?
Somebody said they like the music playing.
Oh, thank you. I'm glad you like the music. In between the 30 seconds and minutes, we're going to take a break, because these will soon move on to when I have a minute to draw them. It's very hard to draw the human form in just 30 seconds.
Can't confirm.
Okay, so this one I'm going to start with the pelvis. If you can master drawing the human form in 30 seconds, you can probably draw a comic book very, very nicely. So that's a kick there, that one. Next pose. And if you have any questions as to what I'm doing, feel free.
This is a no judgment zone.
Feel free
no
to.
No questions are stupid questions unless they're mean.
Only mean questions are stupid questions.
Yes, and in that case, I'll punch you. I can't punch you. I can't get near you.
That is right. Social distancing, people.
You all better be social distancing. If you're not, I'll air punch you. I'll do it. I know how to do it. I'm a ninja.
Okay, as soon as you add like the face mark of where the face actually is, some things start to get a lot clearer in your gesture drawings. And I think we're almost done with 30 seconds.
This actually looks decent, except doesn't.
Me with every single gesture. And as you can tell, I'm actually avoiding the chat a little bit, which is not what I prefer to do. But
if you want, I can beat out for you.
If you could, yeah.
Somebody said, ask if you like turtles.
I do. I love turtles. I have a fun turtle story, actually. I don't know if I told you this one, Dan.
I doubt it. I don't know. I don't think so.
Or was it tortoise? Yeah, turtles are the ones that like water.
Yes.
Okay, so I have a fun tortoise story. Never mind.
Well, you can still say it.
Okay, so I went to a park once. A nature park. A zoo. Yes, that's what it's called. Went to a zoo with my grandparents, and I was wondering, hey, what's this loud, strange noise I've never heard before? And I was like, ooh, let's go explore and find out. And so, I'm gonna pause right here because this is the same drawing I did earlier. And so, I was like, what's this noise? It's very strange, very mysterious. We went round the corner, we saw tortoises. What were the tortoises doing? One was on top of the other.
Oh no.
You know where this is going.
Oh no.
And all we heard was by the top tortoise constantly. And by that point, a crowd had gathered, and I'm like, wow, I did not need to discover this. But to be honest, it was very, very funny, because we were just eating a sandwich and we were like, what is that ungodly sound being produced here?
Oh my god.
And it was very ungodly. Not that I know what godly is.
No, somebody said you should make a gesture of someone charging a Kamehameha.
A Kamehameha? Sure.
Kamehameha.
Before we we go on to the next minute of poses, I will.
Well, I can't say that was expected.
It was definitely not expected.
Actually, you know what? Let's do this one more time,
I believe I'm almost out of room. Which is, you know, sort of what you want. You want to draw as many as possible. If that means you run out of room doing it, well, that can only be a good thing. The bad thing is you can't do any more after. Okay, so I've run out of room. I'm going to shrink these just a little bit and put them here. So now I have a slight bit more room. I didn't think I'd be doing this many 30-second ones. But it happens. I'm just waiting for this next one to pass by. Okay, this one's a top-down perspective, so it's a little bit harder to convey. It's a girl who's in a mood. And she has her arms sort of folded, but not really. She has her head slightly tilted. This next one is a man with an axe. And he appears to be trying to swing the axe. This next one's a bunny ninja. So I have no idea what's going on in it.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah. Don't worry about the music either. That'll be back. I'll make sure to put the music back on soon. So this bunny ninja had nunchucks, and that's what those are. I'm gonna let this next one pass by because sometimes you can do that. If you can skip out on a few sometimes because you were caught up in the last one, don't worry about it too much. It's worrying about things that makes it so people don't succeed or move forward. We've only got a few more left, I'd imagine. And it's a shame because I can't even draw all the body right now either. So I'm going to try and add a little bit of meat to this, but it's not going to look good because I'm rushing. Okay, how many of these do I have? This should have been done. What drawing program am I using? I'm using Clip Studio Paint Pro. This is the kind where you can animate and make comics on. But don't be discouraged for just using some paper. Some paper, maybe MS Paint. I could get up MS Paint and still draw some gestures. And this one is a very weird gesture. Mainly because it's not a gesture. Or it is a gesture. but it's one that you would find quite odd. There. It's like that, only this would actually be here, or a bit further up. Do I use a tablet or a mouse? I personally use a tablet. It's how I'm able to somehow run out of ink. There. It's how I'm able to do this. You couldn't really do this with a mouse without hearing.
On that note, I'm using a mouse, so.
Yeah, and then he's using a mouse.
So if you do hear that, that's me.
That's Danny going ultrasonic mode. And the good thing about drawing gestures is sometimes the poses are so weird you would never think of them yourself. And because you would never think of them yourself, and now you've drawn them, you now have a reference for other poses in the future that might be similar. And you know, the one thing an artist, well, most character artists want to do is be able to draw their character as quickly and as nicely as possible. The best way to do that? Gesture. Gesture, gesture, gesture. So here we got the rib cage, got the hips, then the legs. And I might have set these all to just 30 seconds. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to pause it. We're going to have a little bit of a break. How long was I doing that for? 20 minutes roughly?
It's so cold in my room.
It is. Isn't it? Is it? In my room, it's actually lukewarm.
I guess I should. Yeah, no, never mind.
What?
I'll just send you my progress personally.
Sure. So here are all the gesture poses that I just did. Does someone care to count them?
I can do it.
Okay then. You count them. I'm going to reset the music.
26.
There are 26 in total?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You are correct. There are 26. See, in 20 minutes, I drew the human figure 26 times.
Nice.
And that is the stuff that you would need to do a comic. Not necessarily, but it's really good to thumbnails, storyboards, getting a quick, rough idea of what your character would do. Because I'll use the Kamehameha example. And I'll try to imagine it in my head real quick. Because I found that one of the best things you can do before you start even drawing right now is close your eyes and try to picture exactly what you want drawn. Don't get a vague image either. Exactly what you want. If you want that cube to be very precise, imagine it until you can almost touch it in your mind. And then start drawing. Okay, so I've imagined it. I will now start drawing. And done. Now keep in mind, gesture isn't about keeping proportions or anything like that. So these proportions are most likely incorrect. You know, this leg here, probably too small. Probably the wrong angle. But that's not too important. What's important here is there is a gesture. And what you can do here is you can now find where the building blocks are properly. Your eyes have something to attract to. So what I could do now is I can see stuff. I can go, well, here's where the ribcage would go. So I can plop in a ribcage. I can now define where that ribcage is. I can say, well, this is where the hips go. Let me define where the hips are. I can connect the ribcage to the hips. I say, well, this is where the leg goes. Here's where the kneecap is. Here's where the muscles of the leg connect. Then you define them. Keep in mind this is absolutely not perfect. And it is from imagination. I definitely suggest you get a reference rather than doing it from imagination. Then I can define where that arm is, where the shoulders are. Now I know where the shoulders are. I can properly define the rest of the arm. I can define the forearms. I can define where the proper neck is. And then fully define where the head is. Basics. Or basically. Let me have a look at your progress then, Dan. Ah, I see.
Did you look on my screen? Did you see the screenshot I sent you?
I saw the screenshot.
Ah.
Should I be looking at your screen?
No, you don't have to.
Ah. Okay, so next we're going for all the same length, and we're going for the 60 seconds. This time I'll try and put a number to each one. So, starting with number 1. And since these are 60 seconds, it means I can think.
Someone said that was really good.
Thank you.
For just from imagination. And then somebody else asked, how did you get into art?
I got into art... Okay, so I've always liked drawing. I always did... when I was younger, I used to do this specific pattern. Because I somehow learned that this specific shape, with 2 round bits on top, and I'm trying to draw it like how I used to do it. Coupled with 2 triangles, 2 ovals, and a little smirk, made Sonic. And when I was younger, that absolutely fascinated me. So I used to draw it all the time. But I got into art, like drawing seriously, 2 years ago now? 2018 December? Or yeah, September 2018 is when I started drawing seriously. By seriously, I mean like taking critical thinking, trying to rationalize stuff, trying to figure out more stuff. Let's play some music. And I'm going to start with gesture 1. So as you already might have guessed, I'm taking more time for things. Which is a good thing, but it's probably because I'm forgetting how much time is in the amount of time I actually have. Which normally means I'm gonna panic in a very short amount of time. Little pixie feet, little hand. And once you've completed your gesture now, in the 1 minute ones, you can probably add some meat to the bone. You okay there, Dan?
Mm-hmm.
Now, some people say when gesture drawing, or a lot of artists actually, say to find the line of action, which is the line that goes like this. And personally, every time I've tried to do that with gesture drawing, or while gesture drawing, it makes what I'm trying to do 1,000 times more difficult. So, when I gesture draw now, personally, I tend to think of it more as connections than I do a line in one particular area. That being said, with these lines, I'm still making them curved, and I'm still trying to make them have form. Motion is the word I was looking for. And since I'm not drawing any meat on these, not yet at least, this one may not look great to you. But this is in fact just meditation. You draw in the rib cage, draw where the shoulders are supposed to be, or try to make them look relaxed next time. I'll number these in a second. So 26 was the amount of 30-second ones we did.
Mm-hmm.
So this should be half of that. What's half of 26, Dani?
Half of 13.
13?
Yeah.
Okay, so at about 13, yeah. At about 13 of these, that is when we will stop and move on to 5 minutes. Which, you know, after drawing 30 seconds in 1 minute, you might notice a little bit of a difference. You suddenly have what we call time.
Draw an arrow on 10 at a thing.
Yep, all the time. It's basically what you do. You're drawing gangs. Add a little bit of extra time, so I'm just drawing some numbers. 5. Number 6. 7. Number 6 is going to be a little bit sloppy because I drew a number. The great thing about gesture too is if you're trying to be an animator at all, then if you can put your characters in gestures, they automatically look 1,000 times better than if you were to try and just draw them. Like, using blocks. You know, you might say that's a little bit stiff. This is a really, really hard gesture, actually, this next one. Dani, how's your drawing going?
Alright.
I feel bad, I'm talking constantly.
No, it's fine.
You should talk.
No. I'll send you a progress.
A progress screenshot?
Yeah.
Awesome. So this guy right here, he's holding what appears to be daggers that are very, very long. And he's holding them very menacingly. I'm actually kind of scared of him. Drawing number 8. If you can do this without taking your pencil or pen off the paper or screen, congratulations, you have more confidence than me. But if you can do it, then I would say do it. Try it. Become less nervous. I still have trouble doing that. But we try.
This hand looks like a centipede.
Love it.
No. We in fact don't love it. This music is putting me to sleep. I really shouldn't be playing it.
I worry about that with the music I'm playing. To be honest, I should expand the playlist I'm using. Because I use it far, far too often.
This might be a bit loud.
You notice I'm not actually bothered about heads most of the time in these drawings. And that's because a head is just a detail. You want to remove all that.
A head is just detail.
It is.
Oh, I know. It's a funny sentence.
Alright, so
Imagine somebody coming up to you and be like, "Hey, your hair is just a detail." It's like, was that an insult or?
Hey, you got a head of detail. Thank you.
Is that you?
Question mark. So these, compared to the last ones, you'll see in a second, look way more gestural. There's no other way to say it.
See, nope, that looks so stupid. Okay, now we're gonna
Did you send me more progress? You did.
I did.
Wow. Looking good.
Thank you.
And now, okay, number 10. I should probably have zoomed in. Oops, lost 5 seconds. What?
No.
It's Liku.
Liku.
That's fine. This person is sort of like sitting on their hips. It's a very, very odd pose for me to try and draw. And this person has a very, very easy gesture, which I'm considering as a break.
Fair.
I say very easy gesture, it is just a straightforward pose. They got the fists kind of out. The fists would be lower than that. Be like here. And they are holding some form of weapon. Which we like that here.
We love weapons here.
We love it here.
Love it.
Brings a nice silhouette to the characters. But you know, always a good thing. You okay then?
Yeah.
And gesture number 13. Which is a very gestural one.
You don't say.
I don't.
What you just did.
I redacted.
Okay. Why does this not? Why do I not hold like that? Danny, when you learn how to speak English again, you can say your sentence. Nope, never happening.
It'll happen. The English will come flooding back. As it so often does. The problem a lot of the time is when you try to put form over gesture, you lose the gesture. Okay. And that completes the 1 minute draws. And compared to the 30-second ones, you can see a stark difference.
Oh, those look good.
30 min? Whoops. 30 second. Jesus, these took me 30 minutes. There. So 30 seconds. 1 minute.
I made a mistake making a character quest.
Just say that number 12 is Shia LaBeouf holding the weapon. Yeah, But the fact that you
Yes.
can get that from the drawing means that it's a good gesture.
Yes.
It's like I could have went like this. And now you have nothing. You have no context for this. But because of those curves, you know, you got the stiffness of the shoulders going down by this curve. The arms being rounded to show tension. The head, the pelvis. Then you got the legs. And suddenly it looks like the arms are being forced down. In a way, it almost looks like gestures should be moving. Most of the time. And if you can get that, you've won.
You wanted art.
You wanted
you
art.
You beat it.
You get an award. Get a very fun time award. Okay. So now we're gonna do 5 minutes, which means 5 times. What is 13 divided by 5? Doesn't matter, we're doing 3.
Alright.
In fact, no, we're gonna do 2. And a lot of the time, I would suggest with drawing to not listen to music. And the main reason for that is because music is a distraction in your mind. So this round, we're gonna go without music.
Unless you're like me and have an issue and you need music to draw.
A lot of people depend on music for like drawing and stuff like that, but I got a book from Richard Williams. I forget the title of the book. 1 second. The Animator Survival Guide, and in it, one of the illustrations, one of the people in it tried to ask their mentor, "Hey, what do you listen to while you animate?" And he turns around and shouts at him, "You think I can do 2 things at the same time?" And I've started to think about that a lot. It's like, I guess... No. I guess I technically can't. I can breathe and do stuff, but breathing isn't a conscious action. Your art has to be a conscious one. It got me thinking a bunch. Which is a good thing. You always want something to make you think. But you should not have music do that while you're drawing. I think, at least. I don't know. It's up to you.
Yeah, I feel like art is very personal, so it's whatever works for you.
Art is always subjective. You cannot avoid that. What you can do is tell people how to make their art look better. Or look more appealing. Because no matter what, human appeal does have a broad sense. There is a broad, range that humanity will all agree this is cute. Or humanity will all agree this is ugly. And if someone says, nah, man, it's the opposite way around, they're probably lying for the attention.
Alright.
Unless their senses are messed up. What's wrong?
Nothing. I can eat and watch TV at the same time.
Eating, well, eating is... I guess it requires effort. TV requires no effort whatsoever. A lot of people say, oh, I have no time for this, I have no time for that. Mainly because they're watching TV or something. 7 hours a day. Or maybe YouTube. That's because doing those things is a safe thing. So you can't fail at watching TV. But if you draw, you have a chance to make a drawing you're dissatisfied with. So a lot of the time when people are like, I don't feel like drawing, it's more or less, I don't feel like making something I'm not happy with right now. Whereas when people feel like drawing, they're like, yeah, I can kind of accept if I make something that I'm not happy with. Maybe not exactly that willing. Some people are more like, I'm going to make something great. I'm going to make something great. I'm going to make something great. It's going to be great. I'm going to invite all my friends to see it. It's going to be great. It's going to be the best. It's going to be absolutely fine. What's your viewpoint, Danny?
I don't have one.
Really?
I don't have a viewpoint on a lot of things.
You are very, very fair. Should I bring up politics?
Jesus.
You gotta have a viewpoint there, right? Everyone, no. I tried talking to a few friends actually about that, and they're like, I don't even know anything about my politics. I'm like, wait, what? I don't even live in your country. I know more about your politics. Or at least
I know more about America politics than my own.
You see, I think the whole world pays attention to America's politics.
Because they're so loud about it.
They're so loud about it, but also if something happens in American politics, more or less the world wants to know. The world is just like, yo, are we doomed? Is this a doom? And we don't want to have to go, oh, we're doomed. There we go. There's the first one. How many did I say I was going to do? 2. 3. Fine, Danny.
You said 3.
You're so adamant. Sure, I'll draw 3. Is it so that you can finish?
No, it's because you said 3.
So that you can finish.
It's because you said 3.
It's because I said 3. Next time, I do not trust myself. Okay, so I don't even know what this girl is doing. So it's a little girl. She seems to be jumping. I think she might have just been on a trampoline. She's going up into the air. You got the feet coming back. The foots. Don't you just love it when the foots come? So this here would be a side. And and this here would not. And that shoulder is very far away. Or rather, the head is in the wrong position. So I can do this on digital. That is one thing about digital art that has an advantage. You can move something when you're unhappy with it.
I may not know what taxes are, but I do know what the approximate volume of a cylinder is. Best education system.
What is the approximate volume of a cylinder? I thought you would.
I am reading a comment.
I know. To be honest, it really annoys me that my own country doesn't teach anything about taxes. Remember, I'm putting form over these gestures, but just because I'm doing that, it doesn't mean the proportions are correct. For instance, earlier I said this is a little girl, but she has the arms of Hulk right now.
Huh.
And that is because the form that I'm putting over the gesture is too big. Or rather, the lines of the gesture are too big for this proportion. But if you want to make a character look younger, make the head bigger. Why do we do that? It's because the head doesn't really change size from when you're a baby. It stays sort of the same size, but not really.
You know what I could do?
A lot.
No.
This girl has very poofy hair, so we're gonna draw poof. And the poof go like this. A little bit of poof here, a little bit of poof here. And if we wanted to, erase this a little bit, and you got a forehead. Forehead, nose, lip, chin, jaw. And the ear should come down just a little bit. Okay, and now for number 3. Which I'm going to try and do better proportions on. But gesture isn't about proportion. Which, for me, I'm very lucky about. If it was to do with proportion, I would be very, very bad. That being said,
Pi times radius. Okay, so they answered it.
You're not even gonna say it.
This is math makes me want to cry.
Don't you mean pi?
I swear to God.
Dost thou swear to gods? Do 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 do. Now we do the same thing that I did the past few times. You get basically an egg shape for the rib cage. Get a nice circle-ish shape for the pelvis or the hips. Maybe make this rib cage a bit bigger. There we go. Then you want the spine connecting, you want the stomach connecting, you want the legs coming off the top here to the knee joint. Then from here, on the top here, what you can do is just go smooth down this leg, but curve round, then back in to get that muscle. This is a female, so just do that. Shoulder, about here. Here there should be a little indication of it being the joint in the arm. And I'm just going to erase this because this does not help the silhouette, but this does. A little bit of modification of my own. Thank me later, because I'm a genius.
Genius.
Well, thank you. Told you to say that.
I wonder who.
Who on earth would have told you to say I'm a genius?
I told myself to.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, you're so kind. With no prior prompting, Dani calls me a genius.
Exactly. I'm just the best ever.
See that, guys? Kindness. That's what we should be doing right now. These trying times.
Kindness, but from a distance.
Yes.
Kindness, but also don't touch me.
Hey, I'll be kind. I say I like you, but you come near me, I am getting my pepper spray.
I will punch you in the face.
And my vaccination spray. And my Karen spray.
My Karen spray?
I have Karen spray.
As you should.
It's to make sure Karen doesn't try giving me essential oils.
There's only a set of Karens you should trust, and that's my D&D group.
So there we go. That's about a minute, but I'm just gonna add this for context. And also this. There we go, ballerina. Or rather, a nice skater. It's a nice skater. I gotta admit, that number 2 is the one I'm unhappy with, so I'm glad we did 3. Ended on a high note.
I like all of them, honestly.
Thank you.
Those look like really, really good. For 5 minutes.
Thank you. And then you further detail, and that's basically just it. The key to all drawing is just, if you can make the basic shapes look good, and then just keep adding on, and adding on, and adding on, and adding on. Eventually, it all looks good. Depending on how much you add on. You overdo it, and, you know, the details aren't as good. So, in total today, you said this was 26 drawings.
Mm-hmm.
27. 40. 43 drawings.
Nice.
Of the human figure.
Pretty good.
Some very varied than others. A lot of different poses. And that'll be all for my stream. I think, Dani, are you going to continue streaming?
Nah, I'll end it off here. But I will show off my progress for now.
Awesome. You show your progress to people. Or do you want me to show?
Hold on. Wait.
Because if you want me to show your progress, I will.
Just give me a second.
And I am just very, very quickly drawing a very, very bad drawing.
Okay. Must send you a screenshot.
Sure.
But yeah, so this is what we got so far.
And you want me to show this on screen?
Yeah.
Okay.
People, which is nobody who's on my stream.
Aw, Dani.
What?
I'm sorry.
No, it's cool. I didn't expect anybody to be on stream. It's 8:30.
Oh, very fair. I think.
For a small channel on Twitch, yeah. It's the coldest part to draw when I'm cold.
You poor bean. Oh, wow. Okay, so let's, where can I show the progress from? Can I show this first initial one?
Oh yeah, you can you can show whichever one you want.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
I have to save them. Damn it. Un momento, por favor, you shall see the progress of Dani. I'm just gonna do the first image you ever sent, and then the last one.
That works.
It works, you say? Oh, I like it. I really like it.
Yay.
Well done.
Thank you.
Oh, wait. Save. 2. Nope, that apparently already exists. That's brilliant. Thank you. 3. Now I gotta be careful what images I add. Please hold on. Capture 1 and capture 3. Image. Browse. Capture 1. Open. Before. And after. Ta-da!
Oh yeah, they did show.
Dani has done brilliant.
Aw.
Round of applause.
Ah! Also, round of applause for Liku, who did 40-something just drawings in an hour.
I should have done more.
No. You're good.
You've done great.
We both done good.
Ah, thank you. Also, if I flip this, I bet this drawing of Liku here. Yep, it completely breaks. That is the ultimate test. If you can flip your drawing and still think it looks alright, you've won. You won art. But the main thing here is mainly just some proportions on mine, which I'm gonna fix behind Dani's drawings as a cover-up.
You scream.
There. Wow. Just two tiny changes, and the drawing suddenly becomes 1,000 times better. So, Dani, well done.
Yes.
But here,
Thank you.
my little Liku sketch. I can flip it both sides, and I can say that he still looks cute. I tend to like drawing the Babe Liku. I still have that image of anime noses versus anime ears that you posted. I can't help but agree that anime ears are way more complicated than the nose is. Anyway.
Anywho's.
Thank you all for watching. And I hope to see you next time.
Yes. Goodbye, everyone.
Bye-bye.